What's up, folks? Welcome to Wasted Space, and welcome back to the Rim, where we're still kind of mourning the loss of Little Moosh here, especially given that I've messed around on Twitch a fair bit since with the Stream Tribe, which is using kind of a similar mod set to this, including cloning, and so I now know that, yeah, we can't clone Moosh. He needs a head for that, and he kind of needed to be alive when we were going to take the brain scan of him. So, yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe we get a mech serum and that can be used to res him. I don't know how a mech serum works when he doesn't have a head, so big question mark there. We'll have to find out. Well, regardless, first thing I need to do before I forget is get in here and turn off colonist corpses so that they don't destroy Moosh. The other question I have, because he's going to sit in this bar for God knows how long, and I legit don't know the answer to this. If I put him inside a sarcophagus in the freezer, does it stop him from spoiling? Like, does that stop deterioration? Will he stay in that state, or does the fact that he's inside the sarcophagus kind of trigger it? I have no idea. I'm not even going to try it, because I kind of want to keep that corpse around for the time being. So, yeah, if anyone's got any ideas with that one, let me know. Yeah. Oh, hang on. We've also got a Trumbo. Now, you see, the other thing I've learned, messing around, is that what we get access to later down in the not questionable ethics, genetics research tree down here, with advanced genetic engineering and, in particular, like advanced mechanite biointegration is, which is 20,000, it's worth noting, allows us to make, mechanoid, clone, hybrid animal things. Now, we all want a mecha spider, I assume, or even, right at the end of that research tree, a mecha thrumbo. Hence, that stays. So, what are we going to do today, other than continue with the project to try and get this done? You'll notice I've finally given up and gone over to the categorized view. Not only that, but I got a very simple search bar mod that'll help me find stuff in here when I'm adding a bill, for example, or changing the details. I've just got a thing there. Like, what do I want? Meat. Nice and straightforward. I know a few people suggested other ones as well that can help with that, especially for the stockpiles, but I'll just get used to the categorization. It's not that bad. The other thing they updated, interestingly, is I can now charge for my guest beds. $10 a bed if I want, or more. And then they just come and pay up front, which I think is kind of funky. But hey, so what are we doing? We need to get this stuff down here finished, because I want the growing zone done. That will make me feel much better. I need sand, crushed rocks, because even this stuff is missing clay. And then this stuff is missing sand. Let me guess, we have neither of those. Where are they? They're in... not that one, that one. Yeah, we got one pile of sand and no clay at all. What's going on with our bench up here? Crushed rocks, sand, clay. Well, it's all in there. It's made out of crushed rocks, isn't it? So let's whack that up a bit higher. And that should be, yeah, any chunk. So that should be fine. Let them get going on with that. I did notice before I started as well, I noticed that I've got some custom priorities set on these. And, I mean, I don't know why. Why would I want a 3 priority on the gene duplicator but not anywhere else? And on that basis, I'm going to fix these two. And then, because there's a few other people like Moldok here who've got certain things turned off, which is a bit bizarre as well. I'm not sure what my plan is with those, but for the time being, I'm going to put those back to like they were. Then maybe I'll work out what the whole point of it was. Now, I did set them also to go and clear the snow in a path around the outside, and I wonder if that wasn't a good idea. Just on the basis. I'm going to have a look at how long it takes Greystar to do this. He's given up already. Okay, well, that's not so helpful. I wonder if they're going to spend so much time during that it just completely uses up at least one colonist. Oh, nice. Amazed by the hospitality. Spinosaurus leather, clay and crushed rocks. Thank you. Got the message, I can see. Feather just joint. No, you did not get the message. No feather just joints, please. Looking forward to the point at which we get something I can burn those in. Because at the moment, they're just sitting around, and you know what people are like. They'll have their hands on those quite happily. Cool, the other thing I need to do down here is sort out the temperature, yeah? It's still -9, even with the geo inside, so that's being made out of sandstone, which, if I remember rightly, we don't have. Yeah, can I make that out of marble instead, please? Hygiene. Yeah, limestone. Thank you. kind of concerned about defences as... Oh, right, before I forget, last one from the comments. In fact, there's second to last one from the comments. Second to last one is I need to get rid of that septic tank. It's pointless. And when we get the opportunity, unlock water filtration, which basically makes us safe from like toxic fallout, polluting the water, etc. Or could also do with electric pumps. Once we've got... what is our grid excess actually looking like? Okay, our grid excess is massive. So on that base, although we don't have the sunlights on, so it's not going to be massive forever. Yeah, get those electric pumps still not a bad idea. And we also badly need to work on some better, like this edge I'm going to clear up, I think, especially with that septic tank gone. See if we can't set ourselves up a defensive structure on that corner. Really want to get the better turrets unlocked too, because these mini turrets are pretty useless. And I've underestimated these gun complexes. I've found a way of getting them to work really well, with the help of you guys in the comments, of course. But basically it means that Jackalope here, who has no gun skill whatsoever, can still shoot, because he'll still be able to use the manned gun thingy. So that's probably worth pursuing as well. Right, now Chevron's doing it. I think this snow thing was a bad idea, because it's coming down so fast. Oh, zone, thank you. Clear snow, clear area. It's slightly odd phrasing, but I suppose at least it's consistent with the rest of the game. Yep, get rid of all of this, please. Oh, in fact, I can just drag it over. I don't need to be so careful, do I? It's the only clear snow area we have. Right, get rid of all that, and probably want to, where possible, chop as much of the wood that's in that corner out of the way as well. And some of this stuff too. It's all building up in a place where we don't necessarily want it. Oh, now, what were those cargo pods? You going to give me something nice? Herbal meds? Yes. Kind of alright. We kind of got lots already, but cheers. That's quite a big list of things to do. What are these guys doing up here? Like, we got the smithy off. Well, they're saying that. No, the smithy can remain off. I'm just wondering whether or not we want to... We can make bricks in the smelter as well. Whether or not we want to set up, like, maybe some better... Oh, I was about to say, maybe we want to set up some better weapons with some better armor or something, but Quicko shipping has arrived. Who is our man? Oh, I think it's Jackalope, isn't it? Our man on the high social skill. Yep, Jackalope. Professor Jackalope, no less. You want to come up here for me? See what the combat supplier's got. Maybe we don't have much to sell them, but maybe they've got something for us. Smart sniper rifles, a charge lance. Oh, protective gear. Interesting. I want to see what this is like because I can make one of these. But what's the movement speed penalty? Massive. Yeah, that's way too high. All right, I don't want to make protective gear. Good to learn. I do. So a smart sniper rifle is basically the same but with way better accuracy, if I remember rightly. Yeah, that's really high accuracy. Versus the charge lance, which is not quite so high accuracy, but does 30 damage with 45 armor penetration, 37 range. 42 range, 20 damage, 20% armor penetration. Not that I think it matters, because I can't afford it. Definitely can't afford the charge lance, and I probably can't afford either, can I? Ooh, I'm going to buy some smoke leaf joints and some Psychite tea. Thumbs up. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm going to stun the high explosive shells because we don't actually have a mortar at the moment. 86. I mean, it's still not enough, but better than nothing. I'm still not going to be able to make it up to the point where I can afford either of these, am I? And this is going to be evidently a repeat of earlier on in the series where I immediately have to regret not getting it. Like components, I suppose. For a brief second, my mind thought, oh god, Siders. The Twitch series has been a little plagued recently with just non-stop mechanoid attacks. No, Cass. No, not today. Let me chill out. I've just lost a colonist. That should make you happy. Less willing to attack me. Nice, you can remove. I was slightly worried about whether or not you could remove the septic tanks without destroying the pipe underneath, but thumbs up. I imagine, actually, the septic tank didn't need to be anywhere near the pipe, did it? It's that they're not plumbed up like that. Now I think about it, that's probably how it works. Now, do we want to charge people for our guest beds? What do you reckon? I could charge them 10 silver a guest bed. I'm going to put all up and see what happens. Just intrigued to see whether or not guests are actually willing to pay to come and visit us. We've got 2 factions that are, like, quite happy with us. Maybe they will. Maybe the old Omelium Constitutional League comes by with their big cash and decides to rent some bed space. Thumbs up. That'll be good. Okay, Eldest Wolf's getting on with research, which is thumbs up. We're going to need plenty of that. I really want to get further on with some of the... I'm not going to... No more tissue growing and any of that. I mean, obviously, some of this stuff's really fun, but not quite so fun as some of the stuff we can unlock a bit later. So we're going to make them wait on that front. Moldark, what? Extracting genetic material, carrying humanoid genetic material. We're still getting them off these corpses? I suppose I could leave you doing that. I'm kind of thinking, let's... it should all be, hang on. No genetic materials there, please. Yes, up there. That way we can see what we've got. I don't think it's much more than the wolf stuff that's down in that section, but still. Nice to have a quick reference. Yeah, Moldark's just still pulling those bodies out. Do I mind? I don't think I do. No, I think I'm okay with that. I keep missing whatever's being made there. They are getting this stuff down here done. Yes, sweet. And they've got the hygiene. Does that mean you've got the plumbing on that corner finished as well? Yeah, nice. Can we have a large radiator, please? No. Oh, because it's got stony soil from rough gravel blueprints on top. I can't do that. Okay. Fine, I suppose. I mean, is it even going to matter? Probably not going to reach that corner anyway, but whatever, I'll leave it. Crush rocks and clay. Wow, this is really slow going. Moldark is doing crushed rocks at the moment. But it's taking a lot longer than I was expecting to get just that room filled in. The price of silly mistakes I made earlier. At some point I'm going to have to mine out that plasteel as well. But that's probably when we get to the point when we're doing turrets. Let's start building these military grades. That's when we want to make them out of plasteel. Need to kind of get my head a little bit better around how we're setting up the base too, like defensive wise. We kind of want to end up with them, unless they're like really dedicated sappers, wanting to attack the base from one specific side by like triple and quadruple walling the other sides, making it really unattractive to go those directions. But by doing so, I am going to like 100% lock myself into not being able to expand in that direction. The question kind of becomes, which direction am I expanding in? Which direction am I going next? And I think it has to be... a bit up. Where's the edge of the map, building-wise? Right, where's the point at which I can no longer build walls? It's way up there. So we could go up to covering up this geothermal and still be a good distance from the edge of the map. So I'm thinking this is quite a good-looking side to have open. This side we want to close off if we can. Just make it really unattractive to go around that side. Maybe even get rid of the doors or whatever. Then this side open as well, potentially. So that side and that side are open because of the water, and then we expand down this way. The only concern with that being that this is lurking around and it'll have overhead mounting if we do too much with that, which means bugs. Lots of sandstone chunks there that could do with being hauled back. Because I suspect everyone's going really stupid places to haul stuff, aren't they? Yeah, they're going all the way over there to haul that sand. Is that really further away? Are you sure? Are you sure, pawns? It doesn't seem quite right, but alright then, I'll leave you to it. Is there anybody else we can stick on? Not growing, crafting. Monty Hobbs is another one that's got a weird crafting schedule. Yes, he works at the, what? The Gene Trainer bench. No. No, Monty, don't work at the Gene Trainer bench. Just do normal crafting, like everyone else. And that's why we've been constantly getting a flow of tainted gear appear out here, is because Moldok's just doing the Gene stuff over and over and over again. And as he's doing that, we're generating loads of tainted clothes. Now that makes some sense. Okay, so outside of that, I think I'm going to speed things up here. Do the dreaded 3x speed where I miss things. Just because this is... Look, Mick's doing it again as well. Stop going up there for things. Can I go and reduce your radius on that to something sensible, please? The rest of these, it doesn't matter what they use, but for the sandstone blocks, I don't want them just charging the other side of the map in order to do that. I want them to go and hold this stuff. Which apparently they just don't like doing. There we go, now everyone's getting on it. Is it hauling hour or something, or is just no one got any jobs? Because if no one's got any jobs, it sounds to me like we need more people with crafting skill assigned. I'm also going to turn all of the fishing off so that I can get an idea of when people are, in inverted commas, bored. Like, don't really have a proper job to do, because I don't want the fishing disguising that particularly. What are people's moods looking like as well? Because you're going in and out of darkness on this side of the base quite frequently. Shall we get a few standing lamps about the place to try and improve that a little? And do I want to keep this door here? It's in a bit of a weird place. Not really sure. In fact, I'm going to put that there for consistency. Mad elk! Many of the elk in the area have been driven insane. How many elk are there? There's 4. Okay, that's really not that bad. Although they are all right next to the base. Is anyone outside? No one is outside. Dealing with elk... I want to put jackalope down the end because you can't fight. Dealing with elk shouldn't be too bad. Everyone got a gun? Or a weapon of some sort? Moldok, can you get to the end as well so I know where the melee is? Gun, 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 gun. Lots of guns. Sweet. I think this side first, or do we... No, let's get them up here. What are you attacking? Stop that. There's things to attack up here. Takeaway delivery, care of the elk. Is that a hostile elk behind us? No, it's one of our elk is behind us, just to freak me out. There's 2 elk down. Remaining elk. There and there. Cool. Unforbid that as well. Oh, he's a-coming. He's a-coming of his own accord. In fact, looks like they're both coming of their own accord. They have figured it out. They know where I am. And that's not going to help. Come up here and die. Give us some food. Come on. Nom nom. Lovely. Right. Everyone back to what they were doing. Double check that is everything. Yep, that is everything. No nasty surprises, care of elk today. Thank you all, although I will whack the elk and the doe down for slaughter, because we don't really need them. I'm going to keep the dromedary as a pack animal, just in case we want to do any caravan stuff, but for just random elks and so on, all you're doing is taking up food and handling time. Which, yeah, not the massive deal, but still. Feels like we should get Jackalope doing some growing and plant cutting as well. Maybe Mick doing a bit less. Get those up. Let's drop those down for Mick. See if we can train Jackalope up a little bit more. He's got a lot less to do. We done with this room yet? Almost. And there are people crafting. People crafting. This may actually get done. Now, is this the fact that we've had no... I mean, visitors are pretty common in this colony. We've had not had any. Is that because I've started charging? Because it might not be... I mean, it's 100 silver a trip. No, it's 100 silver a trip. There's 10 beds. 10 bucks. It's weird that there's a down as bucks there. But, yeah, 100 silver a trip. That should be fine. Cause incompetent cook. Do we really have an incompetent cook? That'll be me, won't it? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm probably pretty incompetent. Oh, so close. So close. Let me guess, I can't, like, prioritize this stuff because we won't have the bits for it. Yeah. Okay, then, in which case, I'm going to get someone... Oh, no, mix on it. Look at him. Back and forth, back and forth. And now, no longer having to go absolutely miles to get stone chunks. Perfect. What are you? Oh, we've got wolf muscle fibers spare. You know what? I'm going to keep implants in here as well. I know they don't need to be... No, they don't need to be stored in there, but... I don't know. Feels neater if they were. Nice and easy to work out where they are as well, so I know that we've got a muscle fibers. Let's have a health check, shall we? You're good. Rivia's still missing an eye. We're a long way from being able to do anything, but in fact we've got 2 people with missing eyes. Unfortunately, we're a little way away from being able to do anything about that, aren't we? Yeah, because we haven't got fabrication yet. No, fabrication's 8,000 as well. That's going to take a while. It's really tempting to put down a second research bench now, but if I do, all I'll be doing is meaning that other work doesn't get finished. Now, that stuff all got hauled up, and it looks like... I mean, are we already gone through it all? Where are you even storing? Yeah, we've already gone through it all. Well, they're doing a good job of using it all up, I suppose. Can we do anything about that? Maybe. I need more chunks, so I'm kind of tempted to sort of clean up some of the nastier bits. Get some chunks back for it, and also remove some of the places for our friends to hide. Still don't think it's worth going for the... Build complete, make 2 crushed rocks. Exciting times. Go through those and get some more chunks nearby. In fact, I'm doing those 2 close together, aren't I? Closer than I need to. Little exploratory dig in the hope that we find some metal. Visitors, volcanic wind. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just lock you into the pond, have enough money to spend on my beds. Or are they just passing through? Or are they doing the weird thing where they run down here and then come back up again? What is it that keeps making them want to get stuff? Have I got a random bit of home zone or... Nope. Why is it that they want to sort of run past the base and then come back? They did that last episode as well. Hey! That's silver up front. Making monies. Not making much monies, but it's monies. I'd be fine with that every time they come visit. As long as we give them a good... I guess there's now a sort of, you better give them a reasonably good stay, otherwise they'll get really annoyed element to this. But it must be. That's like, hospitality generally doesn't just offer you a freebie. Normally there's some sort of balance to it. So I wouldn't be surprised to find that they are harder to amuse now. We got one hell of a mining squad. Do we really need that many people on mining? A lot of these guys wouldn't really be doing anything else. With the exception of Mick, who apparently has nothing to craft with. Or did he just come down to get stone? May well have just come down to get stone. Right, now we're starting to get idle colonists, and that is purely a result of material shortage. Now, I could start spending some of the steel, some of these components on defences. Probably a good idea. I'm going to keep them steel for the time being. And I'm going to need to run power out to that as well. Bit of a weird way of doing it. I'm not sure that's particularly efficient, but it'll do. Be nice to be able to sort of start covering this over. Gonna have enough? No, see, as soon as I start doing that, we don't have bricks, but as soon as I start spending more of these resources, it's just slowing everything down, isn't it? Transport pod crash? Oh, interesting. I'm basically thinking of doing something like that so we can get a roof over the top of it. Geologist named Alan. It's from your enemy, Martyr's Dells. Are you any good? Jealous underground and gay. Mining, animals, crafting. Yeah. You're not terrible. Death in 5 hours. I think some negative ones, the jealous. But that's quite easy to deal with. The crafting's really tempting as well. I think we might try and rescue you. Who is going to be our rescuey man? Greystar, giving you the dock as well. Where's our prisoner? Oh, we've got nice prisoner quarters now as well, haven't we? Double check that that's all set up right, but it looks okay. And we just need to see if we can get them to survive, which is slightly debatable, but we'll find out. In you go. Right, you there. Prisoner, yep, gets healthcare. Let's have recruit on. What are you going to do? Tending to Alan. Good, good. That's the only nice meds we have left, isn't it? Probably want to leave those there. Whether you survive or not, my friend, is another question, but it's a start. Chevron and Liara pissing each other off. Wonderful, wonderful. And there's the inevitable infection. You knew it was coming. Greystar, can you deal with... You are our best, aren't you? Yep. Greystar. Already tending, you see. That's why he's the best. These are coming. We should, with a dock that good, we should be alright. Bandage quality 45, yeah, maybe. We'll see. Oh, one moment, guys. Okay, with a bit of luck, Alan survives this. Sort of close, but as long as the next tend is better quality than that, it'll be fine. We could do with another colonist or two in this place. Try and speed things up a bit. Although nothing winds Cat up more than you getting more colonists, so don't know. Maybe. Let's get that on and roof that over. Not 100% certain it helps, but I don't know. The old darkness debuff thing used to be a big benefit. Whether it remains a big benefit, we'll see. Maybe it's just a placebo effect. I certainly feel like it helps in some of the other stuff I've done, but as I said, it could well be placebo. Nice, more turrets up. At some point, maybe we want to add switches to these, but always a bit dodgy doing that. Who's idle? 2, 3, lots of idle people. Yes. This is what happens when you end up slightly awkward on the resources. We've got plenty of wood. What can I get these guys hauling? Hauling stone chunks nearer to base. And yeah, like that lot, for example. Because that's outside of the collection range. That's all powered as well. Cool. More chunks down here to haul. Yeah, haul. Getting this stuff closer will speed things up quite a bit, honestly. Cool. And then what do I want to do down here? Have we got the limestone to do a bit more? Yeah, we do. So add that in there, and then... maybe something like that. 77, okay. We've struck uranium ore. I wasn't really expecting that, but... okay. There's also a granite wall underground, as you do. No, I won't say no to uranium ore, to be honest. We can make ourselves some radioactive statues for the bedroom. Speaking of the bedrooms, what I haven't done, because we never finished it off, was get dressers in all of them. And given we're a little flush on wood at the moment, why not? This is as good a time as any. I don't mind making these things out of wood, because, yeah, why has that one got a light in it and none of the other ones do? I think we were doing medicine in there at one point, maybe? Don't know, right, that's all of them done, and then we want to do end tables as well, maybe? Happiest colonists ever. I mean, I know there's no one even sleeping in there yet, but at least it'll be set up. And it might add to the colony value a little bit. Right, leather-wise, how are we looking? We got loads of a few different bits. Plain leather, what's this? Wolfskin and light leather. That's fine. Security, this of course, the heavy sandbags. Use sand. Bit of a dodgy crossfire area in there. I might have to put a wall down the centre to split that up so they don't get shot in the back while pointing the opposite direction. Was there anywhere else I was missing sandbags? Probably there, just to give them a bit of protection in case they get flanked. That one's looking alright. I probably want to put the wall up for it, and yeah. And then there's the question of this sort of side of the base, which I don't really know what to do with. Yes, I know I don't need the sun lamp on at the moment, but it helps me not overlook the fact that I've got that power requirement coming up at some point in the near future, or hopefully in the near future. They are consistently getting things done. The base is a bit better lit up. Let's continue with that as well. So, lamps up in this corridor too. That looks about central, and you see, I like to try and keep them away from doorways if I can. Because if they end up in doorways, then you can't stage either side of the door, which is quite a nice way of getting extra cover. A bit more like it. Anywhere else looking dark? Pretty much only that corridor. And we could remedy that relatively easily with one of those there and one of those there. And then they shouldn't get the darkness debuff. I mean, they're all looking pretty happy as it is, but stuck indoors? I haven't got you guys restricted to something weird, have I? No. You just haven't been outside for a while. Okay. Cool, that's all the dressers done. Once they're all done, no one should complain about having an ugly room. I don't think we've got any statues we can do yet, have we? Limestone end table. Damn it. Yep, I need a wooden one. You there, end table. Wooden end table. Can I? Yeah, thankfully it'll let me slap these straight over the top of the existing blueprints. That replace everything mod is just lovely. Nice, and these are heavy fur armchairs. Do we want to replace that with maybe wolfskin? 110 wolfskin per armchair. No, we don't. No, we don't. We want to leave it alone. And see what wildlife's on the map. The answer is none, because we're still in volcanic winter. Hey, Cass. Why is Jackalope so angry? Darkness, unsightly, sopping wet, minor... I suppose. I suppose. That looks like there might be something in there as well, but it's not going to be another ancient danger, so let's just get rid of that. Some free slate is not to be sniffed at. What's this? Free marble? Yeah. I don't actually think we're using marble in anything. Research progress is going. Thankfully the ground penetrating scanner's not much, and I think I'm going to have to do fabrication next. Rather than turrets or anything. I mean, maybe gun complex, but because it's super cheap. But not having fabrication locks off most of the genetic stuff, because we need the fabrication bench to make bits of it, like the brain scanner and the genome sequencer are both made from the fabrication bench. And of course, we can't make components or anything like that until we sort that out either. All we really got is a nice spot to put one. I think it'll fit there. Might have to move the light, because I think it's the same size as the research table. Visitors, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You've got some items to trade and everything. Lovely. You feeling any happier? Luxuriantly comfortable, spacious, very impressive, party, decent bedroom. Nice. These guys are doing that exact same thing with they like pass down and then... That's bizarre. I wonder if that's somehow a mod, like, conflict or something along those lines, because that doesn't seem quite right. What have you got for me, friends? Well, you buy crappy clothes, so that's a good start. So we get rid of anything that's damaged, and then... You don't have anything we want, do you? You've got piles of sand. How much is that going to cost me? Nothing. I'm buying your piles of sand to speed up progress. Maybe get this done a bit faster. What's going on this? Make sand we can reduce, so you just need to make clay, but clay needs sand to work. So, in fact, we need more sand and we need more crushed rocks, probably, right? There's probably also a better way of doing this, but of course now you get inspired trade. Significant trade price bonus when closing his next trade deal. Hopefully he keeps that for long enough that we can use it, because these guys are not worth doing. Wasted has created the masterwork end table, which is impressive because there's some awful ones in here as well. Who was responsible for this? Either way, they'll do for now. No one's even in those rooms. This is all missing sand, sand, sand. Yeah, everything's missing sand. Sand and clay. It's almost like I want to get a second rock mill, honestly. Second rock mill and get more people hauling rock. It's amazing how slow going this is ending up being with this stone side of things. There's a lot of it. Do I dare? Refugee chased. Lumpy. She's being chased. That's not a very nice name, is it? 48-year-old minstrel. 4 elite mercenaries, 7 gunners, so whoa, 14, 18, 20 people. Versus 10. No. Sorry, Lumpy. It wasn't the name. It was the fact that you're being chased by horrible, horrible people that I don't think we want to fight, especially not for a colonist that we don't even know what skills and so on you've got. So no. Sorry, but no. Someone mentioned that in the guest tab there was a way of disabling them from doing meds. Have a look. Guests. If there is, I don't know how to do it. Yeah, don't know. Supposedly there's a way of stopping the guests, because we had that last time where one of the guests tried to help with the medicine. And I was like, no, you are a rubbish doctor, leave me alone. Is this possibly going to be an entire episode simply just trying to put sand down in this room? I need to start thinking about doing more of these item stash quests potentially as well. So we got peace talks with Isla. Isla's pretty gnarly with us as well, aren't they? -80. That also sounds like a trap. And then this is item stash. Known threat, Manhunter Pack 9 Beaver Wolves. Maybe you guys can fill me in on, because I've never done peace talk quests. Whether or not like they can potentially go wrong, like how do peace talk quests work? I have no idea. Maynard's not ours, yeah? No, Maynard's one of the guests. Cool. I just don't want our guys doing anything like that. Health-wise, Alan got over his infection. Alan got over his infection very quickly. Impressive. And, I mean, shouldn't be too angry in there. Ratty Apropel, slightly impressive barracks. Slightly impressive dining room, yeah? Yeah, not too bad. I mean, clearly not that great, but hey, better than nothing. You got a bathroom and everything, Alan. Don't complain. What happened to Richard? Richard's got frostbite. Monty. Rescue Richard. He's got frostbite. You want to bet that they blame me for that as well? I suspect they will. Grace, are you tending to him already? Sweet. We'll do what we can for you, my friend. But it's best not to go wandering around outside without enough clothes on, I think, is my main piece of advice. Oh, this would be so much easier if there was sand on the map. But it's all marsh. There's no sand underneath any of this, is there? Soil, soil, soil. No. I know I've checked around before, but no, we have no sand on this map. Doe, self-tamed. Stop it, animals. I don't want a doe. No, eat the ore. Eat the ore. Sorry, I got slightly distracted by it saying we struck gold ore. That is good news. Richard joined guests. He leaves map with them safely. They will be grateful. So this is another one of the updates that Rescue You Rescued has joined a visiting group of his faction. When he leaves the map safely, they will be grateful. Yeah, this is how it now works when people get left behind by like the guests that they came with. If you get left behind, then basically you rejoin the next time they come and visit, and then we can actually, instead of it being a negative bonus like I was mentioning, like we had previously, where it was like, oh, what, you got injured, so we don't like it. Instead of that, you get it this way around, which I think makes a lot more sense. Muffalo chicken eggs. Why have we still got Muffalo chicken eggs? Now it's crushed rocks. Let's not make any more sandstone blocks, please. Do until you have... Let's stop doing this silly. 80 crushed rocks. Until you have 30 clay. 30 sand. Maybe 80 is a bit much. Let's go 50. Get ourselves a stockpile rather than me being lazy and not bothering to set it up. Any more recreation I can give them? I had another issue in the stream series where they were just like, even though I had all this stuff set up for them a bit like this, they were still complaining about lack of things to do, and it was because they wanted a hoopstone ring in particular. I don't know what's so exciting about playing hoops, but that's what they wanted. And I don't, unlike that save, on that save I have like a courtyard area where I can just put stuff outside and it's safe, because it's on a map where there's sea behind us. So imagine this is all like an ocean here. I'm backed up against the ocean, so they just can't come from this direction. But this map does not have that benefit. Plus the other way around, it's really different, is this map is almost permanent winter, that map is permanent summer. So rather different concerns in that respect. We're still training you. Oh no, you're fully trained now. Nice. Please get this area done. I would just want to be able to put a grow zone down. Some of it's still Sony soil as well. No! Soil from stony soil. Come on. And this is lichen-covered soil. Lichen-covered soil is the same as normal soil, right? Except slightly slower to move on. Yeah, there's a whole extra stage here that, oh, thankfully only uses dirt. Yay! I can't believe like this entire thing has just been sitting around waiting on sand of all things. And partly due to the oi. Oh, we just got allied with the Omilium Consortium. Nice. That's the higher tech version. Relations have become very close. They're now considered an ally. Nice. So that's 2 allies on the map. Sweet. Unlikely to be able to get the other guys to come round, but still. And that's deep drilling done. So we need the ground penetrating scanner in order to make proper use of deep drilling. It doesn't work otherwise, so I'm going to go straight onto that. Okay, this episode can also contain some completed research. And yeah, we just got tons of sandstone now. I keep mentioning it, but it's probably time to go and do that soon as well. Peace talks. But beware, a poor negotiator can cause more harm than good and may even anger them. And negotiation-wise, which I think is under this, 14 Jackalopes, pretty good, but obviously that can go wrong. That might be one worth investigating. Not that one. Oh, there it is. Kinleague of Ole or Isla. What sort of factions are they? Isla is an outlander, and they're a savage tribe. I'm kind of more bothered about Isla than I am the savage tribe, to be honest. Martyr Devils are really close. Yeah, that side of things is sorted out. Let's go for a couple of mini turrets in there, and might leave that side alone for the time being. I don't want to waste too many of our materials on turrets that I know I'm going to want to replace soon. We are a little bit better defended than we were before, though, so that is at least a start. Let's use some of that sandstone we made to do the same this side as we did the other. I know their spacing is weird, but I will fix that. Just not yet. This is very much temporary defences, as I mentioned before. What I'm probably going to do is essentially try and make 2 sides of the base almost inaccessible by putting so many layers of wall in the way that the AI wants to path around it. You know, even if they could potentially break through, they see it as too much. You, my man, might have something worth trading. Anybody going to go and put out the fire? Nobody bothered. Not even Greystar that bothered about putting out the fire. Greystar, my friend. Going to consider... No? Is that not in the home zone? That must not be in the home zone. No, it is in the home zone. So people just don't give a damn? You want to go and put the fire out? Like maybe... Mick, what are you doing? Can you put the fire out? Put the fire out, maybe. It's because they're not on work hours. But it is easier to do that than it is to go and mess around with their hours. Go on, boys, get this run finished. So close. Sand, crushed rocks, clay, still. Now, work-wise, what have I actually got them doing? Because at the moment they've got 7 hours of sleep. I might be able to reduce that down to 6 now, and get an extra hour of work out of them each day. Once you've got a nice enough bed, I need to keep an eye out overnight and see how their rest goes. So Greystar will be a good test here, because he's got 7 hours, I think. Yeah, Greystar's got 7 hours. How far does he go over those 7 hours? Because I might be able to get him to stay up longer. Extra hour a day, obviously quite a big efficiency boost. Oh, that's the turrets down there finished. So the more of these, you've got a decent bed as well. Nothing too amazing though, so he's not sitting in... Oh, he's got a masterwork, but that's only comfort plus 0.05. 95, 97. fully rested, gets up at, what time is this? 1800 hours. He's supposed to get up at 1800 hours. Okay, so maybe I can't afford to mess with that too much yet. It surprises me. Normally if you get the bedrooms comfy enough, you can drop an hour off their sleep. Jackalope. Do some trading. Oh, hang on. Thor, do you still have inspired trade? I don't even know where it says. Let's find out. Thor. He's still got the icon there, so yeah. It's going to be very hard for me to tell whether or not this is difficulty level, your negotiator bonus, minus 34%. Okay, that is actually pretty good. Do they have anything we want? No, we've just used that on something pretty much useless. Fine, we'll take your components. Oh, they got clay. I'll take your clay. I'm so desperate to get this rubbish finished. Give it to me. There you go, no longer inspired. So yeah, he kept that right until his next trade. So I need to actually pay some attention to what the inspirations they're getting is, because if it's one of those, they get to keep it, and I'm sure you guys will be able to tell me where I'll be able to find record of which inspiration it is there. Oh, there you go. Well, it was nice and easy. Inspired surgery, shoot frenzy. Yeah. So that's stony soil from rough gravel. Again, there's nothing left in here for the other bits, right? And that's turning it into stony soil as well. Yeah, there's more stony soil down there. So soil from stony. I mean, this should be easy enough. We've got loads of dirt to use. Not that many. I take it back. We're going to need to start digging out soon. Grump enjoyed his stay. He left you a medicine. Thank you, Grump. They're absolutely amazed by the hospitality again, and they're paying for it. Thumbs up. A functional hotel in Rimworld. Not sure why you'd ever want to stay there, mind, but... And then we've got a weird bit of granite wall just going through there. Let's, you know what I'm going to do is put plans over that rather than dig it out. So I remember it's there, but I don't think we want to dig it out quite yet. What we do want to do is haul some of these chunks back. Hopefully get this room finished. Oh, hang on. Technically... if they brought down some dirt, I'd actually be able to put that first area down. There's only a few bits left for them to do. That's the dirt. Hey. Ooh. Not a bad location. And chances are that's probably one we're going to start next episode with, looking at how long I've been going. Poison ship's not too bad either as they go, but I'm probably going to want to. Let's do this now before we forget. He's almost certainly going to attack this direction, but because of that bridge, they won't. You're in range of that bridge, right? Let's make the, I believe, correct assumption that that bridge is going to prevent them from going the direction they would normally. Much better passing route speed-wise. And in which case, let's spread these turrets out that we do have somewhere sensible. These are probably all going to get destroyed. That doesn't look bad. And you don't really have another space there, so that there should be far enough that you don't blow up any power conduit when you go. And I think that's it for our turrets, isn't it? We don't have any others lurking around. Yeah, just 6 at the moment. Need to work out a way of properly using those bigger guns. These autocannon turrets. Like, where can I position them in order to get proper fire in? And the answer is, I suspect, because I've got this cannot fire at close-up targets and may explode when damaged issue. I suspect the answer is only once I've got a kill box working. To the extent I can make sure they don't get near those turrets. You are set to reinstall yet? Good. Looking fairly solid, and create grow zone. Grow corn. Hygiene. Steel radiator. Bingo. Straight in for some growing. That's the radiator done, so this room should start staying at a sensible enough temperature that we can grow in it. And we've got some corn up and running. Lovely. First one of two. Missed the poison chip. Okay, that's just a random Arctic wolf. We want that. That's wolf DNA. I need to keeping an eye on the wildlife here, because when that sort of thing shows up, we want it. Jackalope, you're going to go and haul that for me, please. And I'm also going to... Have we got butchering just straight disabled? Yeah, we do. Let's unsuspend that, but make it a little bit... No hybrid or paragon corpses. No insect corpses. No, definitely not any insect corpses. In fact, this is probably easier to clear all and then turn on the stuff I want, rather than the other way around. Like alpaca. No, not boomalope, not any of these. Capybara, sure. Caribou, sure. Cassowary, don't care about. Chicken, don't care about. Care about chinchilla either. Really only the things we want in here is the stuff that doesn't have particularly interesting DNA, which thankfully isn't actually that much. A lot of this stuff has pretty cool DNA, so no, even iguanas we want to keep. Same with dags, that's canid DNA, we want that. Monkeys can go away. I wonder if you get humanoid DNA from a monkey. No clue. Muffalo DNA, do we want muffalo? Probably do, actually. You can make some kind of interesting muffalo hybrids. Rat, sure. Rhino does not have its own special DNA. Same with tortoise. Where's it? Snow hare. Yeah, I think we can get snow hare on the list as well. And wild boar. And that should be about it. And then I can leave the butchering on. Clear up some of the space here. Get some meat in for some nicer meals, etc. We got visitor arrive. Yeah. Oh, actually, I probably should have done that. Should I? Could have got the... cook. Fancy meal, maybe. Do some... What's this? 0.25 ingredients, 0.25. I'm trying to remember quite how much harder the lavishes are. Double as hard. Alright, off you go. Until we have 20 of those. Sure. I'll use the other stuff as a backup. Nice, I think we're partially set up, and I am going to call it there. It's been a little bit of a calm episode, to be honest, guys, but you can be promised that next episode is going to start with something a little bit more exciting, because we're going to have to deal with that poison ship. Thankfully, it's landed in a place where it can't really poison the environment too badly, not right off the bat, but as you guys know, we're just going to have to get over there and deal with it. Let me know what you think about which way around this is going to come. I suspect, because that bridge is quicker, it might end up with some of them going this way. But if they don't, these turrets have been put in a really useless spot. So hit me up in the comments, let me know what you think. Same way, hit me up in the comments if anyone's got... Where's Moosh gone? Where's Moosh gone? I turned off the thing. No colonists. Where would you have put him? We have no other way of dealing with things. Did you bury him? But did we have an open grave? I am really confused now. What the hell happened to Moosh? Okay, well, that's a bit of a downer to end on as well. If you guys have got any plan whatsoever, or any idea whatsoever as to what the hell happened to Mr. Moosh, I would be intrigued to hear it, because That was definitely a colonist corpse. I guess I can go back in the footage and see at the point at which that disappeared. Seriously, what on earth could they have done with him? I don't have graves. Not empty. I don't have sarcophagus. I've got genetic things turned off there. We don't have anything to burn stuff. Did he get eaten by an animal? No. So what happened to Moosh? Oh well. I'm going to say thanks a lot for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed that one, even if it was a little on the quiet side, and hopefully we can start up with something a little bit more exciting next time, along with maybe some answers from you folks in the comments about what the hell we're doing and where the hell my dude went. Damn, I'm going to know by that point because I'm going to go and look at the footage immediately, but I'm still slightly frustrated that I managed to miss that until this point. Oh well, if you've enjoyed this one, guys, hit that like button for me. It really helps me and the channel out. If you didn't, dislike button's right next door. Otherwise, I'll catch you for the next one. Oh, and if you fancy checking up on that Stream Tribe series I mentioned, I can promise you that one's getting interesting. I think we've lost so far something in the region of maybe 26 colonists. And yeah, but we've killed something in the region of 400 enemies, and there's mechs everywhere and all sorts. I'd recommend coming and have a look. Links down in the description for that as well. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you for the next one.